It's not often you get two sides of a takeover stoush on camera, but tonight we've managed to lure both parties in the current tilt by NIB at GMHBA. With many analysts in the private health sector agreeing that consolidation is inevitable, NIB's offer of $140 million for Geelong-based GMHBA might seem interesting. But there's a catch. The target is a mutual and its board have no intention of coming to the party. I spoke first to NIB's Managing Director, Mark FitzGibbon. Mark FitzGibbon, welcome to Late Line Business.
Thank you.
Well, it's your third go at this merger. You've gone public this time, and I gather you're hoping that the cash will attract individual members.
Well, yes. First and foremost, we think it's a very attractive proposition. We think it's an attractive proposition for their policyholders in as much as they'll get that cash payment, but they'll also get a stronger business, a more durable business for the future. It's attractive to our own policyholders in as much as, again, we'll have a larger, stronger business. And, of course, it's attractive to our investors. The proposition, as we have designed it, would be EPS accretive and certainly help us deliver on some of the targets we've set in the business.
And you say it's really your own little stimulus package for Geelong.
Well, that's right, and I guess we're appealing not only to the policyholders, who we strongly suspect will be attracted to the proposition based upon previous demutualisations, but also to the general community, because that $140 million actually flows into local economies and stimulates spending in those economies typically.
Well, let's look at the other side for a moment. GMHBA's board has delivered a strong rebuff. They don't want to engage with you either. Ken Jarvis says that the proposal undervalues the business and there's no evidence that the insurance policies would be better off for members under a merger.
Well, that's an interesting position for Ken to articulate, isn't it? Because what we actually put in front of the board of GMHBA is a proposition whereby we'd come into the business, do due diligence and talk with them as to what potential there is to add value on behalf of both sets of policyholders. We haven't any financial information on the business other than what we know from 2009, that 2010 accounts have yet to be published. So, we're rather surprised that the chairman would be talking about value when, in fact, we've been denied the opportunity to sit down with the board and the company and to talk about how we could maximise value through such a transaction.
Well, you say both sides would be better off. If you are going to keep GMHBA's product range, keep jobs and all their retail outlets, how is this also going to reduce pressure for premium rises for members of both health funds?
Yeah, well, certainly, typically in these cases, there's a lot of cost taken out of the acquired business. We've recognised that this is a different business, that it would be necessary to guarantee employment within the business, that'd be necessary to guarantee its current branch structure. But our modelling still shows that you can create a lot of value in the combined businesses. It's what we've discovered in our own business through our own strong organic growth over the years is that you can leverage the operating cost base through growing the businesses without necessarily taking costs out. So you're spreading the unit cost of operating the business, and that plays out in the form of less pressure on premium increases. Well,
Ken Jarvis clearly doesn't believe you in terms of employment numbers. He's quite scathing of your We Are Geelong campaign. He says your nearest employee is 1,000 kilometres away, and he doesn't believe that you won't cut GMHBA employees.
Well, that's not true about our nearest employee. We have an office in Melbourne, for starters, but I think that's a real furphy. Look, the commitment we've made to employment is what it is. We're happy to talk to the unions, we're happy to talk to the staff and make good that obligation. As a business ourselves, we've been through significant transformation in the last 8 years, including our listing. We've never had a forced retrenchment in our business. We know we can cope with that requirement, and it really is a furphy. This really is a case where the board, they can form their own view, but in the end they're custodians of the business. They represent their members' interest. And at the very least, they need to give their members an opportunity to have a voice in this matter.
Well, they say that they are not going to be handing on this offer to their members. What moves are there for you now?
Well, that's disappointing. But we expected that, and we didn't make this offer to the board of GMHBA thinking that they would simply take it up. We have in place a campaign which will roll out over the weeks ahead. It's uncertain in its likelihood of success, we accept, but certainly we'll be elevating the issue within the Geelong community and appealing to the policyholders to appeal to their own board to have a more serious look at this offer and the advantages which can flow from that offer.
I gather you're going off to Geelong no doubt to woo various sectors this afternoon. What can the members do if they want to put pressure on the board?
Well, this is the oddity of it. The members, even though they're called members, are not company members constitutionally. So they have no real power to force the board to do anything. So we're relying purely upon the weight of public opinion and the opinion of community leaders to have some influence on the board. But as I've already conceded, in the end, if the board take a view that they're not prepared to entertain the proposition, even though it may be in the community and the policyholders' best interests, well, that's a matter for them.
All right, well, we hope you'll come back and talk to us as this all does play out. Mark FitzGibbon, thank you very much for talking to Late Line Business.
Thank you.